Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Emily and I'm back with another weightlifting video. In today's video, we're going to take a look at one of my sessions from last week where I hit a huge milestone. It was unexpected. I didn't have it planned going into the session, and I'm just really excited that I got there. It's been a goal of mine for the last year now, so I'm excited that I finally got here and I'm feeling good, so I just want to share it with all of you. So before we get into it, I just want to say I think this last month has been one of the best months of my weightlifting training ever. I find a big thing with weightlifting is one cue can work really well, and then at some point you kind of need a new cue because something else starts to break down in either lift. And I just feel like the last month, a lot of these different cues have been starting to click together in place. I think the other thing is just my mindset going into training. I think I could do a whole video on mindset and training, but it's just been really fun, approaching every session with an open mind. Let's see what can happen today, but also being intentional and focused in your training sessions to get the most out of them. Seeing my hard work pay off in better technique and bigger weight is a really, really good feeling. So I'm super excited about this huge milestone that I hit. So let's get into it. The first lift of the session was a 3-position snatch. So it was a hang snatch, low hang snatch, and then snatch from the ground. I did 4 sets of that complex, and then things were feeling good and looking good, and my coach could recognize that. So we just started doing single hang snatches, so kind of ditched the complex, and we started here with 51 kilos for just a single hang snatch. When I hit the 51, it was a little unbalanced. I just took my time in the bottom position, but otherwise I felt I finished the extension. I wasn't jumping forward, and my lockout was really strong. So after this, we went up to 54 kilos, which I didn't video. 54 looked good. So we said, okay, let's go up to 57. So this was totally off script. He was just telling me what to do. And of course, I was feeling good. And if I can lift heavy, of course I want to lift heavy. So I was totally on board with it. So the next lift that I have here is my 57. Hit the 57. And it looked good. It looked like I was going to save it, but I just spit out the back. I find this looks really funny watching it at full speed because it looks like I'm stable and then I just shoot out. But you can see I get rocked back kind of on my heels, and I just wasn't able to find that balanced position. But otherwise, everything about the lift looked good. It didn't look like a weight, oh, you failed because it's too heavy. So immediately my coach was like, okay, we're taking that again. And I agreed. I felt good about it. I also was like, I know I can do this weight, so let's just hit it again. So we hit it again, stuck it. Again, a little bit of stabilizing at the bottom, but felt obviously a lot better than my last lift. And for me, I was like, that's it. That's the last snatch. We're going to call it here. But I have to owe it to my teammate who watched that lift and was the one to say to my coach, she should go for 60. I honestly wasn't even thinking that. I was done. I wasn't even mentally thinking about taking another lift. And I was just listening to my coach, and he was like, okay, yeah, we're good. So my coach asked me, do you want to go up to 60? And I said, heck yeah, I do. So let's try it. So my last attempt here was at 60 kilos. This would be a PR for everything. I haven't hit 60 from the ground, hang, low hang, anything. The most I've ever snatched in any way is a hang snatch at 58 kilos. Before going into the 60 kilo lift, my coach said to me, basically, let's not make a bigger deal of this than it is. And I understood what he meant, and I agree. A lot of the time, especially if you have a number in mind that you've been wanting to hit for a while, it can really psych you out going to try to hit that, because I've never touched 60 in any way to try to snatch it. It's only a 3 kilo jump. It doesn't have to be this big, scary number. Oh my gosh, I'm finally trying 60, you know? It's just 60. So let's do what I know how to do and get it overhead. So going into this, I was just thinking it's basically the same weight. I just hit it. It's strong. I know I can do it. So we hit the lift, and this is so much better than my 57 and I think the 51. I think the worst part was when I was standing back up and I kind of almost lost my balance. But it felt so good. Everything about that lift looked great. It feels really good to hit 60. That's a body weight snatch for me. And for it to look that good. Sometimes you hit a PR and it's an ugly lift. You have to fight really hard to save it. That 60 was so solid that it makes me very confident that I have more in me. Hitting a hang snatch at body weight really does feel like a big milestone. But something that's interesting I find too is as soon as you hit that milestone, that goal that you have, you immediately choose a new goal. You immediately want to lift more, which I think is natural progression in a sport like this where your entire goal is to lift as much weight as possible. But I do want to appreciate getting to this point and getting to 60 kilos because it's been written down as a goal since January of 2024. And now I've hit it. And I know it was a hang snatch, wasn't from the ground, but also technically I should be able to lift more from the ground. So hopefully I can give a shot at 60 from the ground and really confirm that I got a 60 body weight snatch. That's been a goal I've had written down. I've had 65 on the radar for probably like half a year, even though I hadn't even hit 60. There was one day I think my coach said something about the Reds and he put in my mind 65 somehow. And so I've actually really been looking forward to getting the red plates on. You know, it's one of those things that I can do the blues. Now I want to get the biggest plate possible, which is the 25s, the red plates. And I've had that on my mini barbells. I'm going to go grab them because I want to show you. Okay, so my mini barbells. I originally had like my PRs put on these barbells. They're so cute. They have these like rogue plates. And I have a bunch of other plates so you can just add them on. But I put on my goal weights on the barbells instead of my PRs. And I put it down where I make my coffee every day. So I look at this every day. And it just kind of reminds me of what my big goals are. So we have 65 for the snatch. And then I have 80 for the clean and jerk and 120 on the squat. So I've had these numbers on for a while now, like 8 months or so. These have been on my radar. I'm really looking forward to the day I can put the reds on the barbell for a snatch. And after last week, we are a little bit closer. So I think 65 is there. It's around the corner. I can feel it. That's the only thing I wanted to share from the session was the snatches. It felt like a big goal checked off, and I was really happy and excited about it. So I just wanted to share with all 5 of you that are watching this. And then the last thing I thought was also really cool is when I posted my lift on Instagram and I tagged my coach's like weightlifting page, and like the last lift that was in our chat was from like a year ago, and it was this one here. It was me doing like a double clean and jerk at 60. Basically a year ago I was doing clean and jerks at 60 and it kind of looked like a struggle, but I was really proud of this lift. It's really cool to see the progression from kind of hard 60 clean and jerk to a really snappy, solid hang snatch at 60. that's it for the video. Short and sweet. Just wanted to share with you that little win from this week. It's really exciting for me. But of course, now we have more goals. I'm going to continue progressing, getting stronger, and join me in my next video. So until then, see you later.